Hi all. So in this video we are going to know the continuation video of speech. One of grammar topics of speech. In previous video we have learnt already what are the rules while changing a sentence from direct speech to reported speech. On statements we have already a video. If you didn't go through it, link will be provided at description. Please go through that. And in this video we are going to know a sentence from direct speech to reported speech, how to change if it is not at all statement, if it is a yes or no question. Yes or no questions we are going to change today into reported speech. And what are the rules and how it changes we are going to know. So on yes or no questions we are going to know how to change into reported speech. Here we'll go with one example. She said, "Do I take your book?" So it is yes or no question. Normally yes or no questions are all starts with the auxiliary words, right? Auxiliary verbs. And now how that changes into reported speech. So in previous video we have learned statements, right? And now we are going to learn on yes or no questions. And in reported speech, it changes into she. So in previous statements when we have changed, said becomes a said that. But here yes or no questions, right? Questions must be asked, questioned, wanted to know, inquired. So we have to use any one of these because these all are questions. We don't say questions, we ask questions, right? She asked, and for yes or no questions we add one more word, is that whether, if, whether. If, whether. If, whether, one of these is used as conjunction to add these two, right? She asked if she took my book. She asked if she took my book. There is one more answer with whether. She questioned whether she took my book. Not is an exemption here, option that we have to maintain or not, because whether we have used it, right? So do I take your book is in the tense of simple present tense. Normally we know according to rules, simple present tense changes into simple past. That's what I have changed take into took, as I refers here she. She took my book. Your book mean here my. It changes. So it's one of examples on yes or no question, simple present tense. And we'll go to simple past tense ones. Direct speech. He said to me, "Did you attend the meeting yesterday?" So it is simple past tense that I have taken. And now reported speech. He inquired, and one of these we have to use. He inquired if. Did you attend the meeting yesterday? He inquired if I. So I said already it is simple past tense, changes into past perfect, right? If I had attended the meeting. The meeting yesterday changes into the day before, or the previous day, right? So these are two examples of a simple present and simple past on yes or no questions, how to change into report. Like these are remaining all tenses that we have to take. Suppose if we take here any one more example instead of a simple present, if I take any present continuous tense, suppose she said, you are you reading? Are you reading this book? So present continuous tense changes into according to our table past continuous, right? Then she asked whether are you reading this book? Then she asked whether I was reading that book. So present continuous changes into past continuous. And one more thing here, in direct speech we'll use questions. Questions mean here auxiliary comes before the subject. It's a rule of a question, right? Are you reading this book is a question. But whereas we are changing into reported speech, once observe this. So in direct speech, it has come, auxiliary comes before the subject, but reported speech, auxiliary comes after the subject and make it as a statement. In reported speech, we don't have any questions. Even questions also changes into statements. So remember that in reported speech, questions may not continued in questions reported speech. Questions must be changed into a statement after the conjunction like a if and whether, right? Again, we don't write a suppose are you reading this book, and we don't write a whether was I reading this book. No, it's wrong. I was reading that book. So question must not be maintained as a question in reported speech. Question must be changed into a statement, right? So these all are three examples to you how to change yes or no questions in reported speech, right? And there are a few more also. Means I have just mentioned here three of tenses: simple past, simple present, and present continuous tense. So remaining 9 tenses are there. So our 9 tenses that you practice by maintaining these changes. If you didn't get any answer, or if you have any doubt at any level of changing reported speech, you definitely ask me a doubt, then I'm here to clear your doubts. Don't hesitate to ask anything under comment sessions, right? So hope you have understood all these, how to change yes or no questions into reported speech, right? So hope you practice all. Hope you practice which I didn't mention here tenses also, and you will get all answers, I think so, right? But just focus on these two which are extra. Normally in direct speech to reported speech, the words changes into other forms in all remaining, but except yes or no questions, one extra word will be added, that is if or whether. Remember this. And after that, question changes into a statement. Remember that according to the table tenses, right? So and I'll try to take all the examples of remaining tenses also under the session of practice in one more video. So till that practice, and in one more video I'll give all the tenses of yes or no questions and their answers. And at the time you may compare your answers with my answers, whether you have written right or wrong. So, and this is reporter speech on yes or no questions. Hope you have understood well. And we'll meet again in one more video. Till that, bye all. Thank you.